Turn up, boy. What's up, y'all? It's y'all boy Looney. My name Dwight Looney from Gary, Indiana. Born and raised. Been in Gary for some years. I went to work. Came out in '98. Worked high school. My first hood was the Circle though, lived in Jefferson. That's where all my family at. Everybody know me from out there. They all call me Tony. That's where I learned a lot of my game from people that's dead now. Leo, Lamont, Damian, Crelis. You know, all them brothers taught me how to shoot dice, taught me how to hustle. My best friend, Isaiah Cross, that was my boy back then, man. He was real competitive. Our first hustle was selling blue pops, lollipops. I remember he used to go cop some, and next thing you know, he'd go to school and sell them. That was our first hustle, man. I learned a lot from dude. I used to be a little devious, you know, when he beat me and everything. He was always a better hustler than me. I sold more suckers. He was class of the month, first of the line. You know, that was my boy. But see, back then, I wouldn't hate him. I just always tried to, you know, compete with him. But that was my guy. Only time I can beat him was when I beat him up, when we got in the fight. But, you know, that's my boy. You know, he'll probably laugh at it when he see it, but you know, that was my boy though, man. I love him to this day. We still keep contact and we still roll. That's still my guy, even though I don't see him as much. But that's where everything started with me. That's where everything became. I ended up moving to Miller. Miller was different. It was a challenge. I ain't know nobody. I was used to being popular over there at the Circle. Everybody knew me. I was little Tony 9. I had to get a whole different identity when I moved to Miller. So Miller started off slow for me. I remember 7th grade getting jabbed on by T-Bop and everybody and laughed at. So I got in a lot of fights, always got in trouble. But Miller, I had to really find myself though. I met some cool people, started hanging out. I really started making a name for myself into my freshman year. I remember when Warren G came out. When Warren G came out, Regulators, everybody started calling me Looney G. And that just stuck with me from then. But I ain't like my last name until then. Until I moved to Miller, everybody started calling me Looney. So I was like a trouble kid. I stayed in trouble. I got a lot of fights, Tyler 20s, you name it, going through work, hanging with, you know, running with the folks, repping Miller, just banging at the screaming wheels, you know, all that crazy stuff. But I say all that to say, like, cause now where I'm at today, I'm gonna revert back and forth. But where I'm at today is like, I feel like I was just trying to find myself. Where I'm at today is really who I am. So I got to tell a little bit of my bad so you can understand the good, understand what I'm saying. But after I graduated from work, got done with that, I ended up getting a job at the mill. And I worked the mill for about two and a half years, something like that. Got fired, didn't know what to do. So I ended up moving to Indianapolis. Indianapolis is where I became a man. Like I grew up in Gary, born and raised. I grew up, came up in Gary, but Indianapolis is where I became a man. And if you listen to my story, I'll tell you why. I ain't never get in trouble or never caught a case or never got caught doing anything until I got to Indianapolis. In 2002, I ended up catching a criminal reckless case. Ended up shooting at somebody, caught a case, got locked up on my first offense. My first offense, they sent me away. They sent me to prison. I only did a year, but that right there changed my whole mentality. I had that I don't give a fuck mentality at first. I had that mentality like, you know, just like everybody from Gary, like we didn't think we'd make it to 25. Everybody felt like we was gonna die or end up in prison. That was basically our goals. That was crazy, but that was our goals. Everybody that I came up with, my best friend from Aetna, he's dead now, Pud, Kenneth Jones, he was my best friend. He's dead. Young, never even made it 21. My other best friend, he's getting out this year, Maurice Hunt. He did 11 years on a murder case. My other guy, he just went in on an attempted murder case. So it's like, I feel like I'm lonely. Like a lot of times people say, you know, I move alone so much because all my friends, all my close friends, they either dead or they locked up. We met the statistics. But my little brother's still in and out of jail, but with me, that 1 year taught me something. It changed my whole mentality. I miss my kids. I didn't get to see my kids. I remember waking up one day on my daughter's birthday, and I remember I asked this white boy named Red to go get my tray for me. And I'm just so mad because it's my daughter's birthday, he didn't get it, so I just hit him. Just fight him for no reason. And then all the other brothers, they pumped him up. They said, you got to go do something to him. Next, we banging, fought, broke my hand fighting him in prison. That's what taught me, man, like, this ain't for me. But really, what really got to me through it all was my mother. I remember my mom telling me one thing that changed my whole life, changed my whole mentality of how I looked at things and how I seen things in life. I remember being in prison, told my mom if it wasn't for my ex-wife cheating on me or doing what she did, I would never shot at something. I would never shot that gun. I would never did everything that I did. And I was blaming her. And she said one thing that changed everything. She said, you can't blame her for what you did. You had a choice. You could have walked away. First, I was mad. And it was like, no, you taking up for her. She was like, no, you need to learn how to take responsibility of your actions. Just because somebody doing something you don't mean you have to react the way you react. I mean, I got mad, I hung up the phone, went to my bunk. But I said nothing about it. I said, you know what, she's right. I didn't have to do that. Because the same motherfucker that I shot at, I'm up here locked up and they still out there together. So I could have did a whole lot different. I'm like, she's right. So I took responsibility of that and I owned up to it. I did my time, but I did my time differently because I didn't do my time crying, pouting, and blaming the world. I took responsibility. And from that day forward, I take responsibility for all my actions. No matter if they good, bad, wrong, or whatever it is, I take responsibility for those actions. So when I got out of prison, I didn't want to be the same stereotype like everybody else. The stereotype is when you a felon, you can't get a job. I didn't want to be like that. I wanted to be better. I wanted to overcome that. It was a struggle for me though. I went from temp service to temp services. And then I got with this one temp service I worked it for about a year. I mean, they wanted to hire me on, but I was honest when I pulled to the side. I said, hey, can you just keep me on as a temp service? Because you try to hire me, I'm a felon. I'm not going to pass. And they kept me on. So I was thankful for that job. I was only making like $11 an hour. Then they gave me a raise to 12. And I was okay. I was content with that. I'm living in a one-bedroom apartment, no food, barely. I remember living in that one-bedroom apartment, and I was living off of noodles, hot dogs, and bologna sandwiches. And I had like a pop for each day of the week. So if somebody came and drank a pop, I'm like, God, man, that was my Thursday pop. Like, that's how bad it was for me at that moment, at that time. But that's where I was at. I was at least surviving, but that's all I was doing was surviving. I ain't had no bed. I didn't have anything. So it was rough for me. And then right after that, the job said they finna move to Pennsylvania. So I'm already having it rough, and this job that I'm working saying they finna move to Pennsylvania. I'm a felon. I'm like, what the heck I'm gonna do? I started looking for other jobs, and I got lucky. I ended up finding construction, and that right there changed my life. And right at that moment, when I found the construction job, my ex-wife divorced me at the same time. She paid for everything. She divorced me, and she gave me custody of my son. And when she gave me custody of my son, it's the same time I got the construction job. Right then, 2006, my life took off. So now I have this income that now I can take care of myself. I started off at 1425, 2006. And I started off as an apprentice. And I just worked hard. It took a while though. Nothing changed overnight. A year later, me and my son still sharing a one-bedroom apartment. It was embarrassing, but now at least I'm not eating noodles every day no more. I'm not eating hot dogs every day no more. Oh yeah, and that dollar menu, that saved my life when that came out. And now I at least got a bed, but I remember watching Pursuit of Happiness with my son. I remember telling him, like, this is me and you. Like, you think we got it bad, but we ain't got it bad. Like, look how they sleep and homeless, and at least we got a one-bedroom apartment. Cause I remember he was embarrassed. He didn't want to have no friends over because they like, where your room at? And I remember he was like, just leave. I heard him and it hurt my heart. Like, man, I gotta hurry up and get us out of this situation. So I ended up renting a house and got us a little house, and now we had a 2-bedroom apartment. Then I'm like, I want more. I got a 2-bedroom house, and then I had like Audi. So I thought I was okay, but I was still like, I felt trapped. And I was like, I still want more. So I started thinking of a plan, and I wanted the house for my son. So I said, I'm gonna get my house built. And when I started focusing on that, I had to see my credit and see where it was at. So I filed bankruptcy. I found bankruptcy, and then it took 2 years. They said after 2 years of bankruptcy, you can get a house. So I stayed diligent. After bankruptcy, I went and bought a Ford Explorer, paid $2,300 for it, $19.99. I drove that mug like it was a Benz every day because I knew what I really wanted in my head. I stayed diligent for 2 years. I didn't party much. I didn't go out much. All I did was save my money and make sure my bills was paid, make sure I worked on my credit. It took me 2 years. And I remember I was going through a breakup at the time, and we had ended up getting a house. We had rented a 3-bedroom house out in Lawrence, and I know we was breaking up. I didn't want to downgrade because now I feel like, we coming up. So I remember calling. I said, let me just see where I'm at in my credit. I just wanted to see where I was at. So I called, and the man called me. He said, hey, I've been trying to call you back. He said, I can approve you for a house. I'm like, for real? He said, yeah, I can get you a house built from the ground up. I'm like, for real? He's like, yeah. So after 2 years of being diligent, I ended up getting that house built from the ground up. So now me and my son went from not having enough room for having too much room. So I just say that to say, like, that was a blessing. They always say how God bless you with overflow. That was my overflow for staying disciplined. And I feel like it was your heart. When your heart is with your family, you don't always succeed. I see a lot of people, like, they don't take care of their kids, they don't take care of their family, and wonder why they always end up in certain situations. Even when I'm in the roughest situations, somehow I always come out of it because I feel like that's just God. Because he's our Father in heaven, so he's taking care of me, so I'm able to take care of my kids. I feel like that's the fruit, and that's the seeds that you pass down. So I was diligent. I took care of my son, and got him through school. He played ball for quite some time, and honor roll student, changed his whole life around. And I started getting bored. After that, I started trying to think of other things to do. So I started promoting, started trying to film. I started trying to do other stuff because I had already succeeded at getting my house built. The American dream, that's easy to maintain. That's just a nice house, a nice car. Because right after I got my house, I went and got a nice car. So I did everything right. I didn't get the car first, I got the house first, and then I went and got a nice car. That's really how you do it, because then when your credit is good, you save on your interest rate, so you ain't getting robbed at the end. But after that, I got bored. I had everything. The American dream is easy, but really what we need is business. I wish I would have had a business mind. That's really what we need. We have to work, but what we really need is a business. So I started promoting, started trying to find other things to do. I did good at that, but I still was kind of lonely. I don't think Indiana was really my home. I was never really happy there. I felt like I outgrew it. I had $30,000 in the bank. I had a house. I had 2 cars. I had my kids. They had everything that they wanted, and I still wasn't happy. So I'm saying that sometimes, like, money don't even make you. It's not all about money sometimes, because I ain't saying I was the richest, because that's not the richest, but I was at that point that I had $30K in the bank. I had the house, I had the cars, I had everything that I can ask for, and I wasn't happy. So I looked up and I said, I just wanted to move. And I never been on the West Coast. I took a trip to Phoenix, and I stayed out there for a month. Latanza, she let me stay with her, rest in peace. She just passed 2 weeks ago, so if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be here today. She let me stay at her house for a month, and I just wanted to check out Phoenix. But I ended up coming to Vegas on the weekend, Memorial Day weekend. And when I came out here, I had a couple friends out here. I had this young lady I knew out here, and she talked me into moving here. She said, we finna build a stadium. I do construction. So I did the math. I looked at the math for Phoenix. They only paying $26 an hour. Vegas paying $45. So everybody kept asking me, like, what happened to Phoenix? That's what happened to Phoenix, 26 versus 45. You do the math, that was a big difference. So I came to Vegas. I said, I'm gonna do it for a year, and if I like it, I'm gonna stay. So I'm end up here, and I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I question myself, like, why did I do it? Because I left a comfortable life to struggle. And a lot of people, they move to succeed. So I feel like I did the opposite. I don't know why, but I don't know. Sometimes maybe you have to take a step back to take 2 steps forward. But that $30,000 went fast. It took $10K just to move out here. And then when I first moved out here, I wasn't working, but I was still doing the things that I normally do. So the money was going fast. And then the place I live at now, the deposit just to move out here was $3,000. So that's still, you just keep subtracting. And then, of course, everything a lot more expensive, from gas, from rent, from everything. So I moved out here. I let my mother move to my house, so I still own my house in Indianapolis. That's a blessing. I never really planned to do that, but when I look back on that, it makes me feel good. Like, I moved out here and I got to move my mama. Every man's dreams about a mama house. Even though I didn't buy the house for my mother, but it feels that way because she can stay in that house until she's gone. Until she don't even want to be there no more. That's her house. Even if I choose to move back to Indianapolis, I would not kick her out that house. That's her house. I got her in a good community. My sister going to better school. She loves it. So I'm just saying, that's a blessing too. But I left all of that, and then I came to Vegas, and I lost almost everything. It was point that I was dead broke for a minute. I'm talking about going from $30K in your bank account, and the next year everybody broke is different. When I say broke, I'm going for 30K. Now look at my bank account, I got $3,000. So to me, that's broke. So I felt kind of stupid for a while, and I had to like really like pick myself up and say, nah, you here for a reason. So I'm not gonna leave here until I buy a house in Vegas. So even if I don't stay, I'm gonna conquer. I'm gonna leave my seed. I'm gonna leave something. I'm gonna conquer something here. I'm gonna buy a house here, and if I leave and rent it out, but that's my goal, and that's what we are. We soul survivors. So I'm saying that to say I told my story. My story was always never up. It was ups and downs, but I survived through it all. Even when I left with 30K, came here a year later, only got 3,000 in the bank. But guess what? It's coming back up. I know how to survive. I know what it takes to survive. All it takes is basically just staying strong, write down goals, and just achieving them. Believe in yourself. That's where it starts. I'm Dwight Looney, and I'm a soul survivor.